So Christmas is coming up, and therefore we are recommending you some games to play this Christmas.
We've chosen some simple games of a broad category, so hopefully you will find something that you enjoy that will suit your family and your age group.
The first game we are recommending is Codenames.
Codenames is a word game where you play in teams and try to get your team member to guess the right word. This game is also available in English, but we played the Swedish version. This card shows which words on the board belong to your team, and you want to help your teammate guess as many words as possible on their turn. In this example, the red team has both car and bicycle, so you can say transport to inform your teammate that there is 2 cards which relate to the word transport. The first team to find all of their cards wins.
The next game is Magic Maze.
In Magic Maze, you collaborate against the clock to rob a shopping mall. It's a unique game because the players don't take turns. Instead, everyone controls all of the pieces at the same time. Instead of having your character, which you can move around the board, you have instead a direction in which you're allowed to move all of the pieces. One player can only move up, another right, another left, and so on. This leads to a very chaotic game, but everyone we've played with has really enjoyed it. To make matters worse, you're not allowed to talk to each other. The only way to tell a player to move a piece is to place this marker in front of them. This usually results in panic, since the person often doesn't know which piece you're telling them to move. A big plus for this game is how quickly it can be played. One round takes about 10 minutes and is very easy to learn. You can also make the game easier or harder at any time by adding or removing tiles and rules.
The next game is Chronicles of Crime.
Chronicles of Crime is a cooperative game where you work together to solve the case. Through the app, you can scan QR codes on people, places and objects to learn more about them. You can, for example, interrogate a person and ask questions about certain items or other people by scanning the relevant QR code. Another smart feature is that you get to see the crime scene in a 360 view with your mobile. There you can look around the crime scene to find items, and this gives the game a very immersive experience. Another plus is that there are several scenarios with different difficulty levels, so that you can play what level suits you. Do you like mysteries and crime documentaries? Then Chronicles of Crime is a game for you. And the next game we recommend is Just One. This is one of your favorites, right?
Yeah. One of the things I really like about this game is that everyone gets a different colored pen, which is a very small detail, but I like those details.
The highlights.
Yeah.
Buy it. Got pens. Different colors.
In Just One, you work as a team to guess as many words as possible. This game is also available in English. One player is the guesser for the round. This guesser draws a card without looking at it and chooses a number. This is the mystery word that the rest of the team have to provide a clue for. Players come up with a clue consisting of only one word and show each other, but they do not show the guesser their words just yet. If 2 players have written the same clue, it is disqualified. The guesser now gets to see the remaining words and has only one chance to guess the right word. Players rotate being the guesser for 13 rounds with the goal of guessing as many words as possible. We highly recommend this game.
The next game is Pictomania.
This is also a very, very enjoyable game.
Also got pens.
Yeah, different color pens and different color tokens.
Pictomania is another fast-paced game where everyone simultaneously draws a picture and guesses each other's drawings to win the most points. You get points for everyone who correctly guesses what you've drawn and you also get points if you can guess what your friends have drawn. In Pictomania, you want to draw quickly, because only when you first finished drawing can you begin guessing what your opponents have drawn. In other drawing games, it's often a clear advantage if you're good at drawing. But in Pictomania, you don't need to be a great artist. You might instead be good at interpreting your friends' abstract squiggles and get points that way. It's fun and chaotic, and everyone has a good laugh when they see each other's drawings. Pictomania is a perfect party game for large groups.
The next game is Blokus. This is also one of my favorite games. It's a very relaxing game.
Blokus is an abstract puzzle game where you try to place as many of your pieces as possible while also trying to block your opponents from placing their pieces. Blokus is a very simple game with simple rules that work for most age groups. When placing your pieces, the corners must touch, and your pieces may never lie flat against each other. This makes the game a thoughtful little puzzle with a quick setup and a quick playtime. So our final recommendation is Carcassonne. Carcassonne is a classic game where you build up a landscape and compete to get the most points. Here's how it works. Each player takes a tile at the beginning of their turn and places it on the table to build a shared game board. There is tiles with roads, cities, monasteries and fields. When you have placed the tile, you're allowed to place one of your meeples on it. You can get points if you manage to complete a road or a city when you place a tile if you also place a meeple on it. Simply put, you can take a tile, place it on the board, place a meeple on it if you wish, collect points, and then, at the end of the game, the player with the most points wins.
So that was our board game recommendation for good games to play with friends and families.
And if you have any other game recommendations, please put them in the comment section below so we can help each other out to find good games.
And don't forget to like and subscribe!
Yeah.
I was thinking like a fireball. Subscribe!
Yeah.
And cut.